Hey everybody, welcome back to the video. In this one, we're going to be learning about HTML. So before going into the video, I would appreciate you guys liking and subscribing the video and feel free to comment. So let's go into the topic. So first, before going into HTML, I would also mention that I'm gonna also continue the Python series. So if you're watching now, so it might be there for you too, according to Python too, if you want to learn them. So now let's start off by creating a HTML folder because in that we can create our stuff. So first, let's use our open folder. If you're using Visual Studio Code, let's click on open folder. But if you have a folder already created, you're gonna click on this. But if you don't know how to create a folder and stuff, so this is how you can do it. So first, you're gonna code your desktop just like this, and then you're gonna create new, and then you see something, this folder icon, and then you're basically gonna type whatever your folder name you want it to be. I'm just gonna type HTML because my folder name will be HTML, and that's it. You're done with that. And now I'm gonna go back to my VS Code, so let's just do that. And this is my VS Code, and now I'm gonna go to open folder so that I can open this. And it's not gonna be in quick access, so you have to go to your desktop because you created it in there. And you're gonna click HTML, or you can just click on that and then just click select folder, and that's it. You just created your HTML folder. So after this, we have our folder right here. Now we have to create a text file so that we can have our stuff inside this. Like it might be anything, so it should have your stuff like body, paragraph, everything. So let's start off by creating a text file. And now I'm gonna name this, let's just say index, because it's gonna take index.html as your home page or something else, so you have to name it to index if you want, but I guess you can name it to any other thing, so I'm just gonna name it to index. And after this, you have your own file, so if you wanted to, you can just click this new file icon right there, it's gonna open it. And before starting coding with this HTML, I would also mention to download this extension so that you can see in the browser of how your code will look like and everything and stuff. So for that, we're gonna go to the extensions, or Control Shift X as it says, or Command Shift X if you're using Mac and stuff. And then you're gonna install this live server. So if you didn't have installed, you're just gonna type live right here and server, and it's gonna give you that one, and then you're gonna click on that, and then it's gonna show you an install icon. And after you install it, it's gonna take, I don't know, like 3 minutes or something, or two. If you have good network, it's probably one or so, so it's gonna take less time. So after that, you can install it, and then you can write your code. So if you don't want this, you can also disable or uninstall, so if you don't want this, and since we are coding, I need that. So after doing that, we are ready for our HTML coding. So now, basically, now it doesn't even show like the run icon if you've seen my Python videos, because I just click on the run icon and it just shows in the console. But for this, it's gonna show you in your live server. So first, let's resize this real quick. So let's just resize this there, and I'm gonna place it just like that, so that I'm gonna maintain this kind of thing like all the way time. And now I'm gonna open my Chrome tab, so let's just do that. Let's just open our Chrome tab just like that, and it just took to our Chrome tab. And now I just have to resize this so that you guys can see, and that should be it. So we resized our Chrome tab and stuff, so that would be it. And let's just do that, and that should be it, so we can see our Chrome tab and stuff. So if you want, you can resize this, or if you don't want like this, you can put this in a full window. And if you want to switch tab, you have to do alt tab or something kind of like that, or command tab or something. So that's what you can do. So that's it, you created your HTML server and stuff, and now we can have everything inside this. So first, let's continue with this HTML tutorial now. So first, I'm gonna put the doc type HTML, or the document type is HTML. So you're basically saying the computer, this is a HTML type document. So that's how the computer takes, even though you name HTML right here. So that doesn't matter. First, you have to have doc type HTML. And what I mean by it doesn't matter is you have to name it .html, or it doesn't work. So without that, it doesn't work. But this is main important if you want to start a doc type or a new document for HTML. And now let's create our HTML and stuff. So first we're gonna be learning about tags. So tag are used so that you can write stuff inside this, and this is a lot easy if you see my videos later on. And these tags are a lot simple and we're gonna use them most of the time. So this is basically a simple tag we're gonna use every time in this video. So this is called the HTML tag, and this is also a tag to say doc type HTML. So basically a tag contains this part, so this less than, greater than signs, and then you're gonna have your type inside this. So first I'm gonna say about start and end tags. So this is a starting tag, and the difference between this is a starting tag and this the ending tag is basically nothing but this thing right here. So that just says this is the end of it, and if you put it like somewhere else, basically you're saying that's the end of that tag. And I guess that's it for these tags to say, and it's gonna be a lot easier. So if it's confusing right now, you don't have to worry about tags that much, but you just have to remember how to write and what's a starting tag and what's an ending tag. But in later on this video, some tags, or not later on this video, maybe in my future videos, you're gonna see me not use the ending tags for some, and some can be used and some cannot be used in this video. So let's see that. So first we're gonna see one basic tag, which is also the paragraph tag, which is basically P, and if you click enter you can have it right there. So there we go, we got our paragraph tag, and that's how you create this, the starting and this the ending. So now basically HTML. So what is HTML, by the way? Here HTML is hypertext markup language. So basically you can enter text or create a website using this and stuff. So whatever website you use has HTML, so we can even say that. And now basically since our HTML, like the T is for text, basically it should have text, right? So that's why you use the paragraph tag. And now in this paragraph tag I'm just gonna say hello, and I'm just gonna right click and then say open with live server, and let's just wait for a few seconds, and there we go, we just took to our live server, and this is our server which we are using. And if you cannot see, it's our hello right there which we type here, and that's how you can say that. And now let's learn about something very easy, which is the font, because this font is too small. So we can also customize that. So first you have to have your style first if you want to change anything. But later on, like in my future videos, you're gonna see me use a specific tag for this, so you don't have to be confused about that. So now let's change the font. So you just type font right here and font size, and then you can just type your font. So let's just say 60 pixels and 60px, and then we can just refresh, or you can click open with live server again. So that's a lot bigger, right? So that's how you can change font too. So let's just delete that since we don't need it, and let's just put that right there, and we deleted it. Now that's what you can do with this paragraph tag, but I'm just gonna name it a paragraph since it's a paragraph tag. And now let's start off by the heading, because this is a basic tag which I explained, and now let's do the heading tag. So if I type H, we can see a bunch of heading tags: H1, H2, H3, H4, and H5, and H6. So there are 6 types of headings, so which are basically text to say. This is basically kind of paragraph tag, but each tag is a lot bigger. So first let's start off the bigger one, which is H1, and then we have our tag right here. I'm just gonna type H1 just like that. Probably that should be it. H1, let's just say heading. H1 heading, and that is our first heading. And now let's reload this to see our thing. So that is how it looks like. And of course if you want it, you can increase the style, font, everything, so anything you want, so you can do that too. So that's basically how it looks like, and compared to that, the paragraph tag is just so small, right? And that's what we have to remember. And now let's use the H2 tag. I'm just gonna say, let's just say H2 heading, and that should be it. Now let's reload this and see it, and now it's still bigger than our paragraph tag. And now let's use our H3 tag, H3, and there we go. And now I'm just gonna say H3 heading, and that should be it. So let's just capitalize this H2 because I'm following that format. I don't know why, but I'm just following it. And let's just do that. And it kind of looks similar because H3 heading and the paragraph are similar. And now let's put our H4 right here. Let's put H4 and let's put H4 heading. And also let me just write H5 and H6 too. H5, H5 heading, and whenever I run this, you're gonna see the difference like between the tags, because one of these tags or two of these tags kind of seem so small than the paragraph. So let's just put that heading, and that should be it. So let's just correct the spelling, heading, and that should be it. So we have our 6 a header tags to say, and let's run this into your output. So these are our heading tags, and the smallest one of all is a H6 tag, if you cannot see, because that is so small. And I'll say probably the H5 in the paragraph are equal to say, or H5 might be small depending on how you take it. So these are all our heading tags, and the last one is our paragraph tag. So H1 is a heading tag, H2 is another heading tag and stuff. So that's basically what we have to remember according to this one. And now let's customize the background of this color. So that's basically what we can learn about tags in this video, because since we are just focusing on the basics. So now let's change the background color, because the background color looks so plain, and other like websites and stuff have blue or something kind of like that. So let's customize the background. So for this, I should have mentioned this before, I'm gonna have body, because this body is gonna have these H things and tags and stuff. But without this, it does work. But why? Because it doesn't matter if you have the body, but the only thing that does matter is like your comfortness or something kind of like that to say. So that's, we have to basically keep this in a body if you want to customize the style or anything. And this is gonna be a lot easier if you keep this in a body, so that you would understand, okay, this is my body which is appearing in this part. And later on in my future videos, you're gonna understand why to keep this body. And now we're gonna basically have these right here, so we don't care about that much. But the only thing we need to care is about this part, which is our this thing. So here we have to say style, and as we know, we change the font size with this and everything. So if you want to change anything, you have to have style. And then these are the things you can basically use in style. I know that's a lot, so we're gonna be focusing on two main things we're gonna use today. So let's use the background color, because we're gonna use that a lot. Background color, and this is the thing we can use. So we can use blue, we can use red, we can use any of these. So let's just say I want to pick cornflower blue, because that kind of seems more bluish, I'll say. And let's just reload this, and now that is kind of not blue, I'll say, but still that's fine. So that's how you can change the background color of this, and probably I'll use this color a lot of times. And then let's just remove this, let's just remove that. And we don't need this rough for now, because I just don't want to customize right now, or let's just keep it so that you guys can see. And now let's just customize the heading. Like, let's just say you're in a website reading an article and stuff. So basically you want to know what's the topic, right? So it should be in the middle aligned, right? So basically we're going to learn about text align. So to do that, just select the text which you want to do. Mine is H1 because that's the lot of bigger one. And then I'm gonna just give a space, style equals, and then I'm just gonna give something called text align. Text align, and then I'm gonna have any of these. So let's just put in the middle. So let's just put middle, or let's just place center, because center only exists, not the middle one. So after that, it should work. As you see, I didn't even reload, so that's the good thing about live server. Sometimes it just does it for you. So that's what we can do. H1 heading and stuff, and that's it. And we can even do many things with this, so we can even give spaces between these. So to do that, you're gonna just have something called BR. So BR, and then you don't have to have a closing tag for this. So we don't have to have a closing tag, so let's just reload this. And as you see, it gave a bit space. And if you want, you can even have a closing tag too. So we can keep that. let's just put BR, and that should be it. So it still does work, and as you see, it still does work, but it kind of gives a bit more space. That's it. And I guess that's it for that one. And the only thing last thing we're gonna learn in today's video is just the title. So the title, and then we're gonna put that. And basically, why do we need this title? Because this thing doesn't make people understand what they are reading and stuff, right? So you can customize that too. So let's just say HTML tutorial, and that's it. And let's just reload this, and it should give us, and as you see, HTML tutorial. And that's it for this title. And whenever people see title, they're gonna think, what about this earth kind of symbol and stuff? But we're gonna change in my future videos. So I guess that's the basics of HTML. So I'll end this video here. So I guess that's it for today's video. See you in the next video. Until then, bye bye.